Hello everyone and welcome back to the fish room. Today we're just going to be hanging out in the fish room doing all kinds of random stuff. I got to do some water changes, scrape some algae, feed some fish, feed some lizards, just all kinds of random stuff. So it should be kind of fun, maybe boring, I don't know. But I guess you'll just have to stay tuned and find out. I don't know. So I just got back from my local reptile store, picked up some crickets to feed these guys. I know they are hungry because it's been a few days. So, well, you can see I got roughly 60 crickets here. Open this up. So here are the crickets, and we are going to vitamin dust them with some Herptovite that you can't really see. See, there now, well, no, there now you can see. Dump a little bit of that in here. Oops. Well, that might have been a bit much. Next we got Calcium Plus from Repashy. Sprinkle some of that in there. And we just kind of do this, give them all nice big concussions. Oh yeah, scrumptious. And then we're gonna dump them in, not on the water side though. So we'll just dump them in on the land side, dust and all, and see how long it takes to find them. Already snagged one up. See where the other one's at. I'm not seeing the other ones. Here we have the baby over here. This glass is kind of dirty, can't really see him, but he does have one in his mouth. You can barely see him back there, not really. So 60 crickets will last him about a week. Here comes the female. She finally spotted him. Yoink. There he goes. He's off to get another one. Normally I just dump the crickets in and leave, and I don't point a camera in their face, and they're a little more relaxed, but today we're just going to show them eat some crickets, and they're going to have to deal with it. Alright, I'm going to let them finish eating up, leave them in peace. Now we got to take a look at the 75-gallon tank here. It is growing a lot of algae. We're going to try the new algae scrubber with the blade on it. I haven't used this yet. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to put it to the test. So here is the Mag Float Glass Cleaner, and then the scraper blades that attach to it. Now I'm working with green spot algae, which is a bear to scrape off, so we're really going to see how well this works. Alright, so here is the 75-gallon that we're talking about. You can see the algae here, and you know, I thought I had some green spot algae on here, but it just looks like this regular diatom algae. And this might be a little small for a 75-gallon. It's barely grabbing onto it, but let's get just the blade on there. I don't know if the camera's picking that up well, but it is taking that off. But honestly, this is like the easiest algae ever to clean off, so I don't know if this is like a true test. Maybe I'll take a peek around and see, but let's take a look at this. You can see all the algae on here. It's kind of hard with the glare, but we'll just come down in here and scrape all this off like so. Make a nice big mess. We're gonna be doing a water change in here. Oops, I lost it, got it back. There we go. This is not bad at all. It is getting it. This is not a dead fish, that is a shell. Every time I look in here, I think it's a dead fish. Still gets me every time, but it's just an eroding shell in there. And this is not doing too bad of a job. You can see it's all floating around. I lost my Anubias, it's floating up there. So we gotta replant that as well. And actually, we have the older style one here too. So let's use that. There's a little spot right here. Probably can't see it. Slowly getting it. Then we'll get this one. And it's gone right away. So I can say this is definitely working better than the old one. Not bad. Here's a little bit of green spot algae over here. I knew there was some in here, but I gotta say it works pretty good. I totally forgot to have this old one on here. I don't even use it because it's so terrible. The Aqueon one. This mag float with the blade though, it's definitely getting the job done. Alright guys, I got a much better tank. This is my African cichlid grow out tank. There are some not really babies, probably subadults in here. They're all hiding now. But as you can see, I'm really pumping this thing full of algae so they have stuff to graze on. So let's just get this mag float over here. This is gonna be way better. You can just see it's caked on the glass here. Oh yeah, look at that. Now that is a much better representation of what this thing can do. You can definitely see the algae coming off here. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, just a little front piece here so we can see it working. Much better. Oh yeah. See how much brighter that is now? Don't see any fish in there. We're probably not going to. I'm going to keep the rest of the algae on here because like I said, I grow it on purpose. There are little tropheus in here that graze on algae. Another one back here. So that is why I purposely grow algae in this tank, and I got one of these super bright PAR 38 lights on here. Does a really good job of growing algae. All right, yeah, this was a way better example of this. Get it up here. Oh yeah, way brighter. See, there goes another tropheus right there. All right, there you go. Way better example of the mag float with blade. All right, like I said, time to do the water change in here now, and we are just going to gravel vac around the plants. Don't really gravel vac a lot in here. I like the plants to take care of it, but we don't have a lot of plants growing in here right now, so I do gotta scoop up some of this poop and crud and debris. Alright, you guys get the idea. I'm gonna finish this off and then we'll check back in. Alright, just to show you guys, once I'm done gravel vacuum all the substrate, I do drop the pump in there to make this go a bit faster, so just waiting for that to drain. I'm gonna get some root tabs to put back there with the Crypt Valenciae, and also back there with some more crypts, some crypts here. Either way, we got crypts everywhere and they need root tabs. Alright, got my root tabs here. We're just going to take them like so. Plant them down in here randomly. Now I did put root tabs in here when I first set up this tank, but that was quite a while ago, so I think we're ready for some new ones. At least I hope we are, because I would like to get these crypts going a little faster. That's kind of wishful thinking though, right? Crypts growing fast? Yeah, right. Alright, we got the Anubias over here now. Another piece here. Didn't really work too well right here. That's right under the outtake of the hang-on back filter, so unless I super glue it, it's probably going to keep falling off of there, and I think I'm out of super glue, so we're just going to set them over here. Hopefully that'll last long enough to attach. Wait for the water change to be complete, and then we will move on to the next tank. Well, while we're waiting for that to empty, I'll show you. This is the next tank we're going to be working on. Is the 125 gallon. This is a little project I'm working on for Bob's Pods, my isopods. That's going to be their new home. See, I'm making some dirt in here. But anyways, let's take a look at this tank. You can see we got algae going everywhere. The filters are off right now. I put in an 800 gallon per hour power head over here and it's pointed up, and I'm trying to piss off this duckweed and kill it all off, but it's not working. I know that they don't like fast flowing water. I was hoping it would work, but doesn't appear to be doing anything. It does push it at least all to the other side. That makes it easier to scoop out, but I'm not scooping it out right now. I'm just going to do a water change and get rid of the algae down here. The jungle val is really starting to take off though. The dwarf chainsword here is starting to take off finally. The lugwoodia here is getting sucked up and just chopped up and destroyed in there, but small price to pay for absolutely nothing since that's not working. Whatever. Anyways, I'm just gonna reach in here and start pulling this stuff out. A lot of people ask how to get rid of hair algae and string algae. Well, it's pretty easy. You just grab onto it and pull it out. It's not too difficult. I've actually been repurposing my algae. Here it is. I take it and I just dump it in there. It'll break down and the isopods and the springtails will take care of it. Slowly munch away on it, so that's pretty neat. It's nice to have that, but here, you see the duckweed everywhere, man. I absolutely hate this stuff. I may end up just putting this tank on blackout. If it kills some of the plants, that's fine. I'm just absolutely sick of this duckweed. All right, as you can see, we're filling back up this tank while we're draining the 125. I do use Seachem Safe over Prime. I already put that in there. And then I also put my fertilizer in there. And now we just have to sit here and watch and make sure I don't overflow it. So far, I'm liking how this turns out. Once the crypts start taking off though, it'll definitely look a lot better. The Valencia will go all the way to the top, which is nice. Hopefully sooner than later. The valve over there is starting to spread, as you can see, so it should be pretty cool. I might move these crypts to the other side and keep the valve over here and the crypts over here, but I don't know, we'll see. You guys know I like my tanks looking like jungle, so I probably won't do that. Let's be honest. Actually, while we're waiting for that tank to fill, we could take a look at Potato here. This tank is absolutely awful. He did have ringworms, so I took everything out of this tank. Not that there was really anything in here to begin with, but just left a few of the random plants that are just small, and then some pots in there, blah, 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 blah. Did I say ringworms? He didn't have ringworms. He had anchorworms. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But anyways, as you can see, he doesn't have any anchorworms on him now. So this is going to be the next tank to get done. We have a 3D background we're going to throw on here. And we're going to see if we can get him to take some... Uh-oh, did I run out? Oh, no, here's one. Some mealworms. Throw one in there. Come on, buddy, you can get it. You can get it, come on. There we go. Now some people will say don't feed mealworms or superworms, or if you do, cut off the heads, or they will burrow through your fish and come out, and I'm just not buying that. These things last about 5 seconds underwater and they drown. So how would they survive long enough in a fish to burrow out of the fish? I'm just not buying it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I've been feeding him superworms for a very long time now with no issues at all. Now we just got to be sure to keep an eye on the 75 here, make sure we're not overflowing it. But as you can see, he's doing great. No more anchorworms, which I'm super happy about. Oh, let me show you what I use to treat anchorworms. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back. So here's what I used, called Dimilin X. I got this off eBay, is the only place I found it. And 1 teaspoon treats 500 gallons. So as you can see, I still got a lot left. This was recommended to me by Corey from Aquarium Co-op, and it worked really, really well. So pretty happy about that. Super excited. We're gonna get this guy's tank done up. We're gonna do Eco Complete. So got bags and bags of this stuff. Like I said, the 3D background, and then we're just gonna plant it up, and I think I'm just gonna do one plant, like maybe dwarf sage or something, and just let it carpet the whole thing and keep it simple. Maybe you know, give him a couple hides. Obviously he does like to either hide in there or he goes behind the sponge filter. So you know, it's just gonna be something really basic for him or her, whatever. Its name is Potato, in case you were wondering. One of the few animals I have that's actually named. Alright, so we're moving right along here. We're back at the 125. We are filling. We're going to put our Seachem Safe in there, like so. Of course, it's on the duckweed, so we'll just splash it around a little bit. Good to go. Get our fertilizer going. Anyways, I have drained the dirted tank over here, which is just turning into a massive jungle, except for this little corner now. Why is that corner not growing any plants? Because that's where I feed them, and all the Plecos come over there and uproot anything that ever grows there. So it's getting packed everywhere else except for that front corner, which I like because it makes it easy to observe my fish when they're feeding, see if there's anything wrong with them. Alright, get you guys up to speed here. I got the 125 refilled, turned it back on, and you can kind of, well, let me get this out of the way. There we go, you can see we got some nice flow on there, but the duckweed just doesn't care. It's still growing. This was suggested to me on the comments on one of my videos, I believe, is to create some current, some flow. Duckweed doesn't like it. And you can see the outtake of the filter. We got pretty good flow there too. But this stuff just really doesn't care. It's so annoying, I hate it so much. The nice thing about adding this circulation pump is it should help with overall algae. A good way to get rid of algae is to increase circulation, so that should help. And slowly we'll start winning this algae battle. There's one of the peacock gudgeons there, right in the middle of your screen, still doing well. Coriolis squirting around everywhere. Rosy loach there, green fire tetras, all kinds of stuff in here. I love this tank. Despite the algae and the duckweed, I still love it. And we are now doing a water change up here on the Pleco tank. As you can see, let's see, you saw the zebra Pleco there. Can we see any other Plecos, or did I scare them all off? You can see the catfish back there doing great. Of course, the Plecos are catfish too, but I'm talking about those ones that are hiding under there. What can we see? I don't think we're gonna see anything. I'm sure I scared them all off. No, just the zebra Pleco. That's all we're gonna get to see today. The 397 was out for just a second. Let's see, can we see him? Why can I not see him with the camera? Oh, there he is. There he goes. The L397, folks. Super awesome Pleco. Anything in these caves that we can see? Nope, nothing. I need to redo this Pleco tank at some point and do an actual hardscape instead of throwing everything in, but I really don't want to mess with it too much because I did nuke this Crypt Florida Sunset and it's finally growing back. The Crypt Willisii is growing back, even the Stargrass is coming back. But really I'm kind of hesitant on messing with it too much, but I don't know, I got nothing going on this side, so I could probably do something with the hardscape over here. Alright, so I'm refilling the Paraciphochromis tank here, and I noticed we have no air. This tank is really, really dirty right now. I've been screwing around with the filter trying to figure out what's going on because we have no air. So yeah, I got everything really nice and stirred up here. But I did trace that line all the way back. The valve is open all the way. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if I pinched the line somewhere. It goes behind all my racks, so who knows what could be going on here. So I actually picked up this little USB air pump here that just, you know, has USB. You can plug it into the 110 outlet here if you want, or if you have like a USB battery backup, this would work for power outages, things like that. We're gonna give it a try here. I've never used one of these. I picked one up when I was at Aquarium Co-op about a month ago, maybe a little longer, I don't know, but let's see how well this thing works. All right, so there is the top of my filter. We are going to take this here. We're going to unplug it from the valve, plug it into this USB air pump, and see. All right, there we go. Hey, there it goes. It's working. Now I just have it sitting in the back here. You can't even hear this thing. It doesn't vibrate at all. You could hang it if you wanted to. I'm just going to let it sit right here on the top, but hey, it's working pretty good. This will buy me some time to figure out what's going on with my airline. I'm noticing a lot of my filters are just not pushing as much air as they used to. So I'm thinking maybe I have some issues with the air pump. I know it does have a filter on it. Maybe it needs to be cleaned out, get some better airflow. I don't know. Take a look at that on a different day. But for now, I'm just gonna finish filling up these tanks. This one is almost full. So checking back in on the 45-gallon tank here. Sorry about this really nasty glare. That's actually the paludarium. That's where we started the day off at. But we're just gonna drop some vibrobites in here. I got a nice bag of this stuff. And of course, I'm slamming it around and freaking them out. You can see all these guys going nuts for it. Oh, there's the L114. This guy, since putting all these extra fish in here, is out a lot more. I don't know if he's feeling more confident or he's a lot bigger. Maybe he's feeling confident because he's bigger. I don't know. Of course, there comes the Synodontis burchardi there, 2 of them. Got the Lucipennis over here. Can we find a Pleurops? Oh, there's one of the bikers is out snacking on these vibrobites. Even the bikers are eating them. That's a good sign. Oh, there's a Pleurops right there. Synodontis Pleurops going in the back there. And of course, here are the Egyptian mouth brooders that people have been asking about recently. I still have them, still doing well. But I'm gonna go back to filling tanks, make sure I'm not overflowing anything, but there you go. So we are refilling the dirted jungle tank. You can see the Emperor Tetras are kind of scattered around in here. They don't really have a lot of room to school right now. Normally I take out all of the water lettuce here while I do a water change, but I didn't do it this time because there's not that much. I mean, there's a good amount in there, but there's still a lot of open places in there. So those will definitely be ready to come out next week. Here we have the L91 Pleco just hanging out, showing off. Super cool Pleco. And what else? Corridors back there, all the other Plecos hanging out in the subswasser tang back there. Kind of an annoying plant, but a lot of people like it. Got a nice lotus plant there, jungle val everywhere. We got crypts over here. Not crypts, what am I thinking? We got java fern, needle leaf java fern over there. I don't know if there's any other java fern. But look at all the little leaflets over here for the tiger lotus. That's pretty cool. It's gonna be sending out a ton of runners up to the surface here pretty soon. Of course, we got a huge crypt Florida sunset in the back there that we can't even see. This is a 40-gallon tank and it is just caked with plants in here. This is a really big crypt Florida sunset and you can barely make it out in the back there, so pretty neat. Oh, and we're almost overflowing. We'll see if we can use these vibra bites here to get some plecos to come out. Splash them around so they sink a little faster. There they go. We'll give this a minute. Let's see how many plecos are gonna come out. I've been showing this tank a lot because honestly I love the jungle look and I love plecos, so you're gonna see it a lot right now and you're just gonna have to deal with it. If you don't like seeing plecos, then you are on the wrong channel, my friend. Alright, well, we've got these beautiful L200s to come out and start munching on these vibra bites. Look at their color, guys. This is absolutely amazing. These are one of my top 10 plecos for sure. These are, in my opinion, way better than the blue phantoms. In my experience, the blue phantom plecos kind of lose their blue as they get older, but to me, I swear these guys just keep getting greener and greener. Of course, the L264s are coming out now. But yeah, those green phantoms, man, they look phenomenal. And we're gonna drop some of the vibra bites down in here into the 125. See if we can get any of these nano fish. Now I am crushing them up because these are nano fish. We got some corridors messing around down here. Here you can see, kind of hard to see with all the reflection, but all kinds of corridors coming out from the corner down there. I don't have access to the corner because the python enclosure is in the way, but that's why I always show this side of the tank and not the other side. Well, you can see the peacock gudgeon does approve of the vibra bites as well. Pretty much everything likes these things. Alright everyone, I want to thank you for hanging out with me while I do water changes. That's kind of how I do it. One weekend I do all my planet tanks, and then the next weekend I do all my non-planet tanks, which would be like potato, all my African cichlids, what else do I got? I got longfin white cloud minnows are not in a planet tank, so I just kind of alternate it. If I was smart, I would probably do that 125 every weekend to help get rid of the algae, but I'm not smart. So again, thanks for hanging out. If you're interested in any of the crap I used today, so yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. If you're interested in any of the stuff I used, all the affiliate links are down below. It helps support me and my channel. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all next time.